Ah, hello and welcome to another Artcast. Today we're going to be doing a drawing of Frankie from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, another Frankie drawing, specifically from the episode where Blue has I can only assume what is a complication between a cold-induced delirium and also probably some sort of cold medication. Hello, Alter. Hello, Underwolf. It's been a while. Oh, boy, has it been a while. Just... yeah. And I just, without going into details again, you know what's going on with me. Last minute things happening. Had to go over a lot of numbers for just things involving just the house and getting everybody's ducks in a row. Do pardon me, I will be eating my lunch while I do this. Oh, cool. Hello, Fish Center. Anyway, this is another sort of little impromptu thank you gift to hold on, some random dude. Not some random dude, that's literally their name. They're very nice to me. Fish Center, I have been dealing with the passing of my grandmother for about it's been 6 months. Coming up 5 months, 6 months. And I've had to move everything out of the house, get it ready to sell it. No small feat between me and my mother. And my mother was sort of needed a lot of emotional support, naturally. Also, just kind of a little bit of someone to bounce off of it, because when you're managing the finances for a bunch of relatives that are going to get their inheritance, it can get dicey. Literally had a kerfuffle this morning. I'm not going to say which relative it was, but someone tried to cash their substantial amount of money over the phone app, and you take a picture of your check and have that sent through. Naturally, it was flagged. Obviously, anyone could have probably told them, don't do that. Head to your bank. Just take the 5 minutes. I know where you live. I know where there is a bank next to you. For the love of God, just talk to a human for a little bit and get that sorted. And yeah, of course, my mother said that in a way more dignified and diplomatic tone. But also because it was her sibling, she got to slip in a couple of, well, that was stupid, that was dumb. Other than that, it's pretty good. I had a good Mother's Day. I had to go over the top for Mother's Day. Oh, wait, I don't care. Yeah, that's fine. But if it's, they built that for a reason. They built the check deposit thing for a reason over the phone. That's fine. Not for inheritance level checks. Again, I won't go into specificity, but we're talking about a substantial amount. This isn't like a small business transaction, or even a adequate business transaction for, let's say, a car contractor or something. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, Mother's Day was great. I kind of went over the top for Mom because this is her first Mother's Day without her own mother and my grandmother. Took her out for breakfast. We went to church. Took her out for breakfast. Took her out for a little shopping spree. Got her about $100 worth of pretty good flowers, flowering bushes actually, and spent the rest of the day just working out in the garden with her. took care of a few things. So yeah, she did good. Ooh, excellent. That's very good. That's very good. Meanwhile, getting back on track with what this is. I'm starting to try and work a little bit more with Affinity. Affinity Designer 2. I've learned some of the ins and outs of the program. I've learned actually a lot more since I've done this particular drawing. You'll see I'm having there's a few stumbling blocks here and there. I also have no navigation window. For some reason, OBS just won't pick that damn thing up. Hey, boy. Been doing well, been hectic, but, and, you know, the mistake is thinking that things would slow down a little bit. They have not. Things have only picked up with my mom and brother and everything. Although I am getting a few things sorted. I found a nice new arm for my tablet to sit on. It's got a little bit of a wiggle, but it's actually pretty nice just to adjust it. I can now sit back in my chair a little bit while I'm drawing. It's very nice. Again, pardon me. I'm eating my lunch. It's about noon here. And after I get done with that, I'm going to sweep up the house. Just kind of take care of things. You use Affinity exclusively? That's a very good program. I have now started a weird system where I use Blender. I use Blender, and then I sometimes export that into an SVG, pop that into this. I'm working between I'm trying to find a way to work between several different programs to get the effects I want. I could use one to get a single one just to get the effect I want, but there's a few little tips and tricks that I can get through. Also, I think I should bring this up. I've been playing with a little program called Moho. Humble Bumble has a package deal with it. You can get a year's worth of Clip Studio 4 for a year. That's not the best, but I think Moho is free and clear, and it's a pretty decent little animation program. It is the I don't know. I used to use Anime Studio, and it apparently got bought out, and then relabeled as Moho. I think they're on 14 now, so 12 is a little bit of a gimme for just people just getting in there. But it's a very nice little program, able to bring in your images, and SVG is probably the standard because you still have the ability to edit it. You don't have the ability to edit most of your bitmap images into it, but that's good. And I think the whole thing is worth maybe about $30 Humble Bumble, and you get that. I would definitely suggest it because I think it's $100 for the standard, or $90 for the standard. It runs up to about $300 for the pro, and that's 14. Again, this is 12. But if you're definitely interested in finding an animation program, yeah, check that out. I'm gonna maybe try to get some stuff done. And that is only a few more days. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm just trying to, play with this. I find that, I don't know, this is nice. You'll see me abandon it about halfway through because I got a little frustrated and didn't understand quite what, there's a tool in here called the Shape Builder, and I thought that it would be really easy just to do all the line work and then build the shapes under it. Turns out it's really finicky. You have to have the lines meet on top of each other very... oh crap. Graphically does a lot of bundles too. I got Moho and EAX1 from the... Right. Yeah, no. You're totally... Oh, God. What? Let's see. What do I have? Okay, I'm going to move you to the schedule. What's this? No. Tunia no. That's not right. That's not right at all. Why was that moved here? Okay. No. I really need to start just buckling down and getting into stuff. Man, I used to be so good. I used to have all this on the top of my head. Where's commissions? Commissions is on the other window. What's Catgirl? No. Naruto Ball. I already did that one. So I can get rid of that. God, I haven't opened this one in forever. I haven't opened this folder in forever. No. Summer. What was Summer about? No, that's not. That's a different Summer. Okay, I got that one done. Trevor. Who's Trevor? Hold on. Alice Tompkins. Oh, no, I already did the Tompkins one. Okay, I got to get rid of this one. Okay. Here's the Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer girl? No, Courtney. Okay, Courtney's done. I already did that one. Okay, yeah, Demon Slayer. Okay. Nope. Oh, God. Yeah, I can hammer that out. We'll see. Nope, that's the next one. I'm going to put, I had this one started, but I'm going to... Wait, what did I have started? Okay, no. I'm going to put that on the back burner because that's like a huge 3-part thing. Okay, yeah. Okay, we're going to do the Demon Slayer thing. Oh, hey, Cage. This was a phone sketch, oddly enough, which was... Also, I had this weird thing going on where it didn't capture the window properly. You saw that, right? Where the hands just popped into existence. That's because the capture window wasn't recording right. I had to go through and just do a whole bunch of weird stuff with OBS. Okay, I better eat these hot dogs before. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so I got that going. Borio, you still there? Let's see. Hey Ninja. Let's see. This Saturday night going out with my friends. Ah, cool. I'm on my lunch break. And then after that I'm gonna sweep up and start some other stuff. Let's see. I know what I can do. I can go through and I can organize this a little bit better. And let's see. I definitely have cat. Okay. Okay. Artcast. Well, I guess that would be to do. Could I make a to do window? I've got a pure window thing up open. Nope, that's not good at all. Okay. Blue had a cold, and he couldn't come to the. He couldn't come down to Mac's birthday party, and he ended up, having this weird hallucinogenic adventure. It's infamous because it ends with Frankie. Well, first of all, it has Frankie in this outfit, this weird Flash Gordon thing, and then it ends up with her in her having her own sickness, and basically a Barbarella style outfit. There wasn't a lot of Easter stuff, at least in my neck of the woods. The one sort of interesting thing that I found was my mom really got into these Nerds jelly beans. She really liked those for some reason. They were kind of like weird and sour, and were all bumpy. They looked like little miniature durian fruits. If I had to make them all year long, I would rebrand them as like durian crunchies or something. Um, oh, there's a weird live action Stitch in movie theaters. AMC Theater this week promoted a live action Stitch movie with these weird little animatronic things. Okay, and then the person who posted it said this is probably the best thing that came out of the movies. Also, the Thunderbolts, I guess, is just the Avengers. Well, the remake just looks uninspired, and it's just there to be like, hey, you remember when that happened? It's like literally member babies. Does he get to reprise his role, or does he just have to? Did they just take the original recording? Okay, let me think. Let me see. This schedule thing. That. Can I put a link? Can I hyperlink this? Oh, I can. I can totally hyperlink this. So if I wanted to, I could just do copy, hyperlink the thing to the... no, it won't work. No, hyperlink it, damn it. Okay, that's not what it works. That's not how it works. What's it doing? Okay. I'm having my own little thing. Okay, well, at least sometimes he gets to have fun. Where Daisy? Oh yeah, yeah. The Europeans and the South Americans get all the cool Disney stuff. Like we have these intense, like super sanitized, like version of Mickey and Minnie and Goofy and Donald Duck. Meanwhile, in like Italy, Donald Duck's like a superhero. Minnie is like a super spy. Mickey has like gone through a weird mirror dimension where everyone's a bunch of monsters, and Minnie is it's implied he kind of falls in love with this alternate version of Minnie called Manny, who is just Minnie Mouse, but except just all white, like a white rat or mouse. So yeah, they get all the cool stuff. They get all the cool, risky, weird stuff. And all like the sexy furries. Like a Topo is just like full of these like weird, just like, you know that one girlfriend that Gizmo Duck had? Well, just imagine an entire world filled with just that. She wasn't a duck. She was like a pheasant or something. She had a little curved bill. Was she a dove? Was she a dove? Hold on. Was Gizmo Duck's girlfriend, not the remake, because she was another duck who was like an evil scientist or something. Okay, just wait. Is Duck girlfriend? Internet, don't mess with me today. Give me the one. You know which one I want. Okay. Fenton. No, that's Fenton Crackshell. Gandra D. Okay, what's her name? Yeah, she's got like a weird little... She doesn't have a duck bill. She's like she's kind of like whatever species the inventor was. Okay, come on. She's a receptionist. She's a scientist? Oh, that must be her. So now she's a scientist, even though... Well, I guess so. That's fine. She doesn't look like... come on. Species, man. That's all I'm looking for. Oh, Mama Crackshell. Ah, she was awesome. I mean, she was white trash, but she was awesome. Yeah, she's clearly like some sort of a different avian. And turning Gyro into like a jaded hipster was also a pretty inspired version for the new one. Just with that hat, you'd have to go with that direction. Greeble. No, I think you're thinking that's the other version. There is a that's the other weird scientist. The one with the mechanical arm that gets thrown into the vortex or something. Gizmo Girlfriend reboot. What did that come out? 2017. Gandra D. Okay, yeah. Okay, she's got the same sort of curve thing. Oh, what's this? Oh, some sort of comic book. I mean, some sort of comic book panel. So she was man, they must have rebooted the Darkwing Duck comic like about 1 million times so far. They just can't make that stick. Okay, so she does work for Fowl. She probably rebels by the end of it. But you're thinking about the head scientist, the one in the red dress, the one that hung around with Steelbeak. No, I'm not thinking. Here, I'll link it to you. No, I'm not thinking of Morgana. I would never ever forget. How dare you? You insult me, sir. There. Hey, Jigsaw, or Jig X Saw, or is that Jig Twitter Saw? Anyway, yeah. Like I said, I got a little bit of the way through that one comic where Mickey was like had an alternate version of like Goofy was a werewolf. I'm not even sure if there was a Donald or a Daisy. Okay, see, Alter. You take care. It was a joke, Alter. There's a pretty good amount, I would say. Let's look up that. Let's look up that right now. A finch. I'm thinking a finch, a dove, maybe. But anyway, let's just see how much we got. You know what? This one's pretty good. Oh, that's a statue, I think. Is that a statue? Did someone make a figure? Or no, that's a blender. But still, yeah, 3D modeling. This is actually like a really good one. If they could do this for like the remake. Here, I'm gonna throw it in. Oh, come on. Yeah, check that out. With the collar and everything. Okay, so that's fan art, but there's like there's oh, this is neat. This is a version of her if she had appeared in the DuckTales 2000. and 16, 17. That's a pretty good little change into the... I don't know, I'm just going to call you Jigsaw. Come on, where is it? Copy. Copy image address. There we go. That one's good too. Yeah, we got some good stuff here. Nothing's ever going to top her first appearance, though. She did. She had that one episode done by that Australian studio. You know the one. And no other animation studio, I think, has ever worked on an episode with her. I mean, they never like redid a thing with her. So, yeah, that's a damn shame. She never looked better as that first episode that she appeared in. Unless I'm wrong. Unless I'm absolutely wrong and there's something else. One other episode, but I can't think of anything. I don't even think that episode worked. I mean, I don't even think that studio worked on any episodes after, like, season 2. Oh, look, AI art. Okay, that's horrible. Yeah, you're kind of right. I've kind of, I'm running a little dry now. We're getting a lot of repeats after maybe scrolling down for a little bit. There's one artist that really went in for her. Yeah, it is. They really captured it. I like that. They did a good job. What was up with that studio? Nothing. They just did really great work. You can always tell when they did a great episode. Like, they worked on Goof Troop a lot. I think what was that one episode? It's a play on sex, lies, and drugs, but it's like videotapes, something. I don't know. It's the one where Pete steals Goofy's America's Funniest Home Video prize. The vacation to Hawaii? We're not going to Hawaii? God, that delivery was just so good. That was a good episode, I will say. A novelization, but well, isn't that exactly what that Amazon episode, what Amazon anthology series is? Game Over, or whatever. Um, Also, they did a lot. Okay, getting back to the studio. You know, the one with Pac-Man, where it turns out Pac-Man is just like an endless cycle of torture and pain. Yeah, and there was a French studio too that got shut down in the 90s. It was great. There was this sort of huge expansion between the Disney studios that they needed to make in order to like make a bunch of like animated features at a time. And then during the 90s, or during the early 2000s, late 90s, you know, they start moving over to CGI. And with all those studios around, they started to work on more, more TV products, more straight to home video products, which is why some of those which is why those home video movies, some of them are really, really good, because you had all these animation veterans. I'm looking at my copy right now of the Mickey Mouse's Three Musketeers, which if they just added another, like, I think that thing clocks in around under 50 minutes. If they just added another 30 minutes of material, they could have released that. Cambot is interesting. He's the one. Well, no. Does he? He says no. That's not right. There's another voice that says movie sign. He originally was the one that said movie sign, but then it was. Then it became. I don't know her voice. I don't know the actress's name, but Mike Nelson's wife started doing the movie sign voice. Does that imply that Cambot had a transition? I'm looking. I'm pretty sure it is only. Again, that's kind of like one of those weird things that, like, Europe, Disney. Yeah, it's like running time, 68 minutes. Okay, maybe it was in theaters. Running time 68 minutes. Is that with everything? Yeah, the opening literally starts with the turtle guy played by Rob Paulson. Recounting his comic book, basically. Magic Voice is a separate character? Okay. Who is my favorite MST3K host? And by host, do you mean experiment? Or do you mean by host, do you mean like the mad scientist? Like Dr. Forrester or Pearl Forrester? Or whatever the other ones are? Great granddaughter Forrester? The Observers had a good run of different movies. Joel, Mike, or Jonah? I'm gonna go with Mike. I think Mike. Joe created it and then made it run. I'm sort of was in the Mike era. Um, the sort of sci-fi. Uh, which I only think like what ran 3 seasons. Mike was a head writer. Mike was the head writer for Joel, and then when Joel left, I'm not sure if Joel stayed on as a writer. I forget. But Mike was always a writer, so I was kind of like, oh, okay, cool. Only 3 on the Sci-Fi Channel? Wow. And just to think about it, if my dad hadn't been flipping through the channels, we wouldn't have seen those puppets. It was me and my brother and mom and dad. We were all watching TV, and then he was just kind of flipping through the channels, and it was like, oh man, what is this? The Jonah era is fine. The movies that they riff are a little I don't know. They just don't have the there was just, I don't know. Maybe it was the timing. Maybe it's just something. I just like the Michael era. They even do great stuff on riff tracks. There's just just a certain charm to when those 3 get together, Bill and Mike. Just, I don't know. Yes, he did. He did come back because it was the episode where the ship was falling apart and they were making, I think it was Devilfish. Was it Devilfish? They made fun of dolphins. They made fun of dolphins, and dolphins showed up. Or am I combining 2 different ones? Let me think. No, it was Soul Taker. It was Soul Taker because TV's Frank comes back as a Soul Taker. Turns out he's a Soul Taker now. And he reunites with Pearl. And they have some Folgers brand coffee. And they dish off screen. They say they're going to do that later. Is the reboot worth watching? Yeah. Reptilicus was great. And the Bigfoot one was insane. I just, it was just one of those things where it's like, it's Netflix. It's so weird. I got so sad when they canceled the MST3K. I was like, oh man, there's not going to be any more. And now you can go to YouTube. They've got marathons of it constantly. It's on every channel. I could watch the entirety of the series if I wanted to. Joe Bob Briggs Drive-In Movie Show. I have not. I mean, I think I watched one, and it was a bad one. It was Pet Shop. Which, like, why bother? That was a full moon movie. That was a full moon movie that I think was supposed to be under, what did they call their kid-friendly thing? I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at, a copy of, Joe. It was a deal with Paramount. It was Moonbeam? Yeah, Moonbeam. Moonbeam was their kid-friendly, imprint. Jack Kirby Time Warrior or something. What was I going to say? So yeah, it was, I guess Pet Shop was a Moonbeam movie that they just released as a full moon movie for some reason. Yeah, very good, Borio. I will do that. Let's see. I gotta rearrange this. What was I gonna say? Okay, so that was a full. Yeah, so I've only watched. I mean, and Joe Bob's Brig is just a wraparound thing. It's not like he does anything during the movie. What we thought was going to happen when we were watching that MST3K for the first time, we thought what was going to happen was they were going to start the movie and then leave. And then we'd be like, okay, we could change the channel now. And then all of a sudden they stick around and they're like, and they just make fun of it the whole time. And it was a really good episode too. It was the thing that couldn't die. One of my absolute favorite things still. I hope a tree falls on you. Good, now I hope it rises and falls on you again. There's a bright yellow stain on my pillow. There's a thick oily film on my back brace. Wait, is that the thing? Yeah, okay. And then there's the head that wouldn't die. There's a bunch of weird movies. Oh, and I also did watch what was it called? Cinematic Titanic for the first time. A couple episodes of that. That was fine too. I guess Best Films is the company that bought the concept of sitting like, I didn't know they could copyright that, but like sitting in front of a movie theater. Trade rat is another name for pack rat. Okay, yeah. What was that? What was that bit? What was her name? And it triggered the start of a song every time. Jessica. Do 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 do. Jessica. Do 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 do. Jessica. Do 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 do. Jessica. Do 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 do. And then what was the next one we saw? The next one I saw, I think it might have been Jack Frost. Jack Frost is a classic. Riding with Death is also fantastic. That whole season, that three season, because I assume what happened is Sci-Fi had access to way more interesting garbage than Comedy Central did. Steamboat Willie Horman. No, I have not seen that. Yeah, I know. They made something like that. I know. Jessica, Jessica. You know what's really good? The Screaming Skull, like the first, and not including the Gumby short, which is fantastic, but let's see, the Gumby short is fantastic. Maybe like the first 20 minutes of that and the last 20 minutes. Like the middle just really bows. But that's just a boring movie in itself. That's just the family. It's an empty building. There's a bunch of guys talking. I think the best joke in the middle is about no, that's closer to the beginning, where he shows the wife's grave, and it's a pyramid balancing on 3 oranges. The dogs are sticking to the fire hydrants. Bye-bye. That means bye-bye. Let's see what let's go through the full list of episodes. MST3K, sci-fi. Again, they probably had a better, way more access to like good sci-fi stuff. Wait. Is the Sci-Fi Channel in any way connected to Turner Classics? Because, and I asked that because I think I remember watching them on Turner Classics and the original Fly and a bunch of other stuff too. Okay, come on. I just want I want a list of the episodes. There we go. Episodes, Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, Thanksgiving. MST3K kind of has a proper. Let's see. Okay, they become a fixture of Thanksgiving. Okay, so we definitely have. Okay, so let's see. We have Revenge of the Creature, which is the sequel to the Black Lagoon. Whatever. Leech Woman. That was a good one. That was okay. The Mole People. Deadly Mantis. I think, no, actually, you know what? I think that was my second one. Wait, then, no. My second one should have been, yeah, it was either the Undead or it was either the She Creature. I Was a Teenage Werewolf? Wait, when did that not air? MST. Oh, is that one of the ones that was sort of lost? MST3K. I've never seen that one. I've never seen that episode. It's on Daily Motion, of course. I've never seen it. Come on. It's got to be on YouTube. Okay, December 1st, 2019. By Zap Rousdower, of course. Okay. I've never seen this one. Let me see what the opening's like. Okay. Mike is cleaning Gypsy. With something. I don't know if there was a preamble to anything. Okay, they're just standing. Oh, it's one of the Forrester camping episodes. Oh, it's in 480. I mean, that sucks. I'm spoiled. Like I said, you can watch these anywhere. Okay, I've got to put that down. I've never seen that episode before. Okay, so let's see. I Was a Teenage Werewolf. Giant Spider Invasion, of course. That's a classic. Packers! Packers won the Super Bowl! Woo! Parts of the Clonus Horror, which was actually remade into another movie. Like recently. Not recently, like maybe about 20 years ago. But it was remade. Or at least the concept was. You clone a person and then you harvest their body parts to keep you healthy. The Incredibly Strange Creatures who stopped living and became mixed up zombies. That was my favorite outtake. I think I did that on the Halloween episode. Yeah, I did that on the Halloween episode of the review I did. I was like, the incredibly strange creatures who stopped living and became mixed up zombies, and then I screwed up the next line. And then there's Jack Frost, Riding with Death, which was actually just 2 episodes, 2 edited together episodes of the short-lived Gemini Man. So wait, was Riding with Death a thing, or did they make it a thing? Huh. And then there was a previous season called The Invisible Man in the 1975. The Gemini Man was created to replace the previous season's The Invisible Man using simpler and less expensive special effects. It went with 11 episodes, the series. Then there was a TV movie. Okay, and they called it Riding with Death. Okay. Cool. Riding with Death was great. I guess it was just called The Gemini Man, which was stupid. Why was it called... Why... Here, let me go back there. Why was it called The Gemini Man? It's the 3rd TV series based on H.G. Wells' The Invisible Man, right? Why do they call him Gemini Man? He needed a DNA stabilizer to make himself invisible, and he could turn it off. But why call him the Gemini Man? Is it because Gemini means 2? Or maybe that just was his horoscope. Okay, Jack Frost, Riding with Death. Agent from Harm. Okay. Oh, I did not know this, but someone replaced Gypsy on this episode. That was with the baby girl and Prince. And the fungus, which was actually truly horrifying to think about it. If you touch this one little piece of fungus, you just melt. Space fungus or whatever. Prince of Space, speaking of which. That's awesome. The Horror Party Beach, that's a good one too. Devil Doll, not so much. Again, it's like one of those really good, like, first 20-minute, last 20-minute episodes where everything's, and then the middle just kind of really dips. Invasion of the Neptune Men is also great. Space Mutiny is a classic. That one was made in 1988. That's like one of the more recent ones. Oh, no. Screw me. Time Chasers. 1994 was the most recent one. And it became an episode 3 years after it was made. Edgewood Studios. I've never even heard of that thing. Overdrawn at the Memory Bank, another classic. The Projected Man, again, another like a solid first 20-minute, last 20-minute movies. The Phantom Planet, that was okay. Puma Man! Of course, Puma Man's great. Donald Pleasance. Donald Pleasance actually is just pretty damn good in anything. There's always those actors that are just like okay and good in everything. Oh yeah, the Judo Rage, of course. And then, okay, yeah, season 9 might be the best one because we got Puma Man, Werewolf, The Deadly Bees, The Space Children. Okay, that's a little bit of a lull. I don't even consider that a good like first 20 minutes. Although it did have the Bell Company production short, which was like one of the longest shorts like I think they've ever had. Okay, you know what? I think it's worth it just to have that first one at the Seattle's World Fair. Hobgoblins, of course, an all-time best. And then Touch of Satan, which is a good one too. Followed up by Gorgo, special appearance by Leonard Maltin. The Final Sacrifice. Oh my gosh, Devilfish. There's that Screaming Skull. Again, great short in front of it with Gumby. But we've got, again, that episode's, I don't know, Quest of the Delta Knights. Oh, and that was the season finale. That's a good one too. Okay, I think let's rank these. Okay. Revenge of the Creature, Leech Woman, Mole People, Deadly Mantis. These are all okay. The Thing That Couldn't Die is great. The Undead is fantastic. I could skip Terror from the Year 5000 if I wanted to. I Was a Teenage Werewolf, never even saw it. Giant Spider Invasion. I'm counting at least 4 that are really great. Mixed up strange creatures, whatever. Parts. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put in Parts just for like the ragging on the History Channel. Jack Frost is great. Riding with Death, yes. Agent from Harm's, no. Space Prince. So I'm got like 9 really fantastic episodes. Devil Doll, no. Invasion of the Neptune People, Space. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna guess like out of the 22, there are maybe 12 that are really, really standout episodes. So let's see how that compares to the next season. Puma Man, Werewolf. Deadly Bees, yeah. Not Space Joke. Well, do I include the shorts? I'm gonna make a decision to not include the shorts because you know what? They have actually released collections that are just the shorts alone. So I'm gonna cut out Space Children. And so now we got Hobgoblins, Touch of Satan's, Gorgo, Final Sacrifice, Devilfish. That's like a 7-episode streak of all bangers. Again, Screaming Skull. Yeah, I would have to put like the first season 8 above season 9. And then the final season 10 for Sci-Fi, Soul Taker. That's great. Girl with the Gold Boots. Hey, I just teleported here. It's impressive. Merlin's Mystical Shop. Yeah, that one's just batshit insane. Future Wars. You know what? Yeah, sure. Why not? The weird forced perspective dinosaurs. The Bloodwaters of Dr. Z. That's a good mellow time. Buggy Creek 2 is also fantastic. Track of the Moon Beast. That's a little bit of a lull. And Final Justice. I don't even know what the hell that was. There was nothing sci-fi about it. Hamlet. I tricked my teacher into playing that episode in class. Didn't trick her, but she was like, which version of Hamlet do you all want to watch? And I said, well, why not the MST3K version? And she was like, yeah, sure, why not? Anything to get you through this. It Lives by Night, another kind of, no. Horrors of Spider Island, yeah, no. Squirm, that was a good one. That was a creepy one. That was like legitimately gross. And then to cap everything off, the Diabolic. Which is weird because Diabolic is actually a huge comic book character in Italy. He's kind of like a Lupin the Third, except a little bit more villainous. Actually had a TV show, like an animated TV show that ran here for like 1 season on Fox. You like? I'm not I'm not begrudging you for saying like you like It Lives by Night. Live by Night has some great stuff in it. I'm just saying it personally didn't melt with me. It's more like, again, remember how I said, oh, it's a strong first 20 minutes, strong last 20 minutes? I would say that has a strong maybe 20 minutes, a stronger last 40 minutes. Like definitely like a B plus episode, but not like in my top, not in my top anything really. And then we might as well check out what the season 11 is, the Joel season. Reptilicus was good. Cry Wilderness, I don't even know what that one was. Oh, Bigfoot. Okay, that's the Bigfoot episode. The Time Travelers was just boring, I think. Avalanche, that was fine. The Beast of Hollow Mountain. I watched Star Crash. Jerry Seinfeld, why was he in that? That's right, he was, but not in any sort of... I think Jerry Seinfeld just did that. Like, I don't associate Jerry Seinfeld with any sort of thing that has to do with MST3K. I think he did it just because he was, like, struggling to, like, latch on to anything. The Loves of Her... I haven't actually seen a lot of these. I started Wizards of the Lost Kingdom, never saw Wizards of the Lost Kingdom 2. Saw Carnival Magic. The Christmas That Almost Wasn't? Okay, I gotta look at that one. And At the Earth's Core. Mac and Me I saw, but that was the season 2. Atlantic Rim. That was just a pain. It's not as funny. That's more of like a Red Letter Media sort of thing. Lords of the Deep, haven't seen it. Roger Corman though. The daytime ended. The daytime ended. Not the daytime ended, but the day. Okay, that's a hard title. The daytime ended. And then there's Killer Fish, which is, I guess, just piranhas. And then Ator, the Fighting Eagle. And then I guess this is the seasons where they moved off of everything. Like, they moved away from Netflix. Okay, I gotta watch I Was a Teenage Werewolf. Killer Fish is pretty fun. Okay, I've got to actually go and watch the Netflix stuff a little more. I forget what was going on. Oh, speaking of which, speaking of Disney stuff, there's the Legend of the Three Cabby, you know, the three guys, Donald. The other two guys Donald hangs on. Caballeros. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that was like a weird, like, okay, let's just do this. Let's just make a show. Which they ended up redoing that sort of thing for DuckTales. I also still need to watch Asterix and the Big Fight. It says it's episodes, but that can't be right. Is it broken into episodes? Asterix and And of course, this one's been redubbed a million times. And Cacophonix has his big rock star moment. Let's see. That's a 1989 film. That was in France. What? I'm looking for that. No, I'm looking for Okay, Netflix. No, it's a season. What the hell? How many episodes are there? Okay, a limited series, sure. Okay, episode 1's 30 minutes, episodes 2, 30 minutes, episodes, okay, 30, 30, 30, okay, we're, well, 35, 34, 30, yeah, okay. So that's 1 hour. Well, actually, that's 1 hour and 5, that's 9, 11, 17, 1 hour and 17 minutes. 1 hour and 17 minutes plus 40. No, that's a 2-hour movie. No, this is bullshit. They should have just released it. Well, I guess, is that just some weird thing they're doing to get like engagement? I think they split it up to get engagement. Let's see. Let's you know what? I was just watching the other night because of that. Asterix and not the big fight. What's the other one? Not Palace of the Gods. Well, let's just look it up. Palace or Mansion of the Gods, whatever it was. It's Mansion of the Gods, and they have that for free on YouTube. And it's an hour 25 minutes. Okay. Now where is what is it? Secret of the Potion or something? Asterix and Secret. No, not Sextric. Of the Potion. Yeah, the Secret of the Magic Potion. Where is it? The one that literally features Jesus. Come on, I watched it last night. Yeah, Secret of the Magic Potion, and it is 1 hour. Okay, I guess it's a little bit longer than the usual ones that they've been pumping out. But still, they could have just released that. They could have just released that as a movie. There was one Asterix movie where they just straight up had the balls to say Caesar was beaten and he retired to the countryside, and he didn't get murdered the hell, you know, he didn't get it stabbed the shit out of. I think it was the 12 Tasks, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Let me look that up. The 12 Tasks. of Asterix. That was 1976, so that wasn't too bad. Yeah, here we go. Is this the full movie? Or is this just bits of it? Okay, that's a trailer. Also, they make live action movies of Asterix, and they look, I don't know, they look fine. Good old Cacophonics. And then there's Vital Statistics and Gitafix. Okay, yeah, I think this is the one. I'm going to skip towards the end. Okay, it's the 12 tasks. It always ends with a big fight at the Colosseum. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, he married Cleopatra and they both retired to the countryside. Okay, that was the 1970s. The 19 let's see. And then you have the one with Egypt, the one with that cool villain song. And then what was the other one? There was a stretch when there was nothing. And then it was Take on America. Asterix versus America. The one where Obelix is like, oh yeah, this is definitely the 90s. Oh yeah, this isn't problematic at all. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Congratulations, Kevlar. That was actually pretty good. I forgot how good this animation was. You know what? If you take this as canon, that that Obelix and the I forget what her name is, Mini Hoo-Ha. Okay, yeah. Like that whole episode. I think it was the 12 Tasks, where he goes to the island of beautiful women, the island where no one ever leaves, and yeah, just did not have anything to do with them after they said that there was no wild boar there. Let's see what else is there. Oh, and then you've got, of course, the Vikings, which was a fantastic. And then there was one that I didn't know that they had. It was something Caesar or something. It was like the very last, the tail end of the 1970s version. A Finnish rock group called Nightwish. Okay. Well, let me add it to the. Let me add it to a list. Night Wish. Finish. Night Wish. I got Night Core, Nightmare. No, Night Wish. Okay, what do they got here? Oh, no. Okay, there's Night Wish. Uh, Nemo. Okay, let me look this up. Okay, yeah. 14 years ago. Okay, I'll have to check this out later. I can't quite hear it right now. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, no way. Okay. That sounds really nice, Kelvar. Okay, I'm going to take a little moment to organize some of my things. I'm going to work on Boros commission. I think that's it. I think that's who he is. I think this is it. See, I've got that, and I've got no. I think that's theirs. Okay. Anyway. Like I already did that one. Okay, that one's done. Okay, so that's 2, and I got 3 more. Okay. Not including the other one I was working on. Oh, no. No, where is it? There's another one. Okay. Okay, I gotta copy, paste. Okay, I got that one done. Okay, close that out. There's another one I gotta do. Where did I save it? Okay, well that's fine for now. Oh, who? Machu Picchu? Oh, cool. Yeah, that's saved. That's closed. I'm closing that. I'm working on something else right now. Let's see. What are we going to talk about now? We got another 30 minutes or so. Let me take this back into the kitchen. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, just it's been a little hectic with Mother's Day, and just I'm just giving Mom a little bit extra attention, just to like get her through the times. I don't. Yeah, this might work. Oh, no, nope. Ooh. Yeah, this is good. Keeps me on my toes. Got my mom. Yeah, I mean, but this Mother's Day was extremely special, and it needed to be. And it was not even about Mother's Day. I've just been hanging out with her a lot. Like I haven't been gaming at night just because. Oh, come on! Don't. No. Just because hanging out with her, or making sure that she's feeling okay. I don't want to be like, well, I got to go away for 2 hours. I can't sit and talk with you. It's like, no. Okay, this might not work out. But if I could figure out what's a good schedule, how to maybe cut through and do some things in the day and then the night, I think tonight will be fine. I think we'll do some streaming. Try to get back onto some sort of schedule. Right now, I'm finishing up another drawing before I get started on Boreal stuff. Oh, this is umpy. And whatever I think of jelly donuts, I go and think back to Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is nice though. Okay, okay. Yeah. That can't be the color. I guess it is. Shit. That needs to be bigger. Sorry, just got a little preoccupied, a little just enjoying this new. I um I got a new chair from my neighbors. They moved, and we got new ones. Speaking of everyone just moving and getting things done. But anyway, the neighbors they were throwing out some stuff because they couldn't take it all, so they had this office chair, and it's fantastic, and it's really nice. I'm just sitting back, and I've got a new stand for my tablet, and I'm just kind of going through. Right. That's delete. Okay. Good. That's fine. This is actually really, really comfy. I'm glad we got this. Anyway, they had it outside. They were going to throw it away. I gave them a $10 for it, just because it would just be awkward to have me just kind of go through and wait until they left and just scrounge through their trash pile. I know people do it, but yeah, I just wanted to like. I've been here for I guess 5 years. I've been over grandma's for 5 years, so never met the people. More than 5 years, but yeah, just this is like a little gesture. This may this might not work. This might need a little bit of a more of a solid backing. Unless it's that end of the cord that's messing with everything. I still have some things to send you. I too got to figure out what just. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna see where if I can set up a post box. I think that'll be fine. Oh. I get it. I'm trying to like figure out what do I need, what do I really want to keep for finances. I'm trying to just make it 1 year to build up as much uh, stuff as I can, so I can figure out where to go from here. Nope, I'm going to use the three-handed. Where's the... no, that's not right. That'll do fine. I wonder if I could just get one online if I have to fill out a form, or if I could just do that online now. Like back in the day, you had to do it, go into a thing. In fact, let's take care of that now. Let's see. Shoot. Yeah, let's just see how much a P.O. box. Okay, get a P.O. box online. Get a P.O. box online. What is this email? Okay, whatever. Better than a P.O. box. We receive your mail. This is postal 1. Okay, never mind. P.O. boxes from the U.S. Post Service. Okay. Let me just put in my thing. What's this? Where's this? The North. I gotta remember not to say any of this shit out loud, but like, where is this? Okay, yeah, they have available. Okay, what's that one do? Size 4 is not available at this time. Oh, okay. They've got a large. They've got... Ooh, they got medium. What's extra small? Wow, okay. What's a small? Ooh. Okay, hold on. I need to actually make some. I feel a little bit more comfortable if I start generating some more revenue on my own. You know, they want $400 for 12 months. Okay. Okay. I can get an extra small, but I could do the douchebag thing of saying, "Hey, do you have my packages behind the thing?" Okay. Let's see. I mean, you're paying for if you get extra large, then you're paying just for the convenience of running in and grabbing your shit and leaving. Let me start up the video production and get some stuff. I've got to make sure that I make enough to like help pay for the internet like I did before and stuff like that. And Mom, she says, Grandma got me just a little bit of money. Not actually a little bit more than a little, but you know, a nice little lump. And she's like, "Well, are you going to go get that computer that Grandma always wanted to buy you?" She always did offer to buy me a computer, a new one, but I was like, "No, Grandma, just wait, just hold off, just don't, you know, just you know, we'll see what happens." If Shitbag hadn't won the election again, I totally would have taken her up on that offer. But I was like, nah, we need to kind of hold on to every scrap we can at this point. But shit, I might as well do it now. That needs to be a little bit bigger. The newest episode of Doctor Who with Dingaling. Yeah, I saw that. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Extra small could be like, well, let's see. Okay, well, let me shop around then. Let's see, P.O. Box. Better than a P.O. Box, really. Okay, what's the deal? For virtual mailing address. Okay, this is all virtual stuff. What the hell? Oh, wait, no. Okay. Okay, so you pay $10 a month, get a real physical street address, view, manage your mail and packages. So it's what? They just do it offline? And then you basically it's a in between? Huh. All right, and it is accredited Better Business Bureau, A plus. Oh, okay. I'll look at it. Let's see. Random question. When you made a comment about playing tabletop with Spoonie or did I maybe. Okay. My mic died. I think I've got just a little bit of power left. I want to say thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Okay? We'll do whatever. Okay. Thank you again. Have a good time. Bye.